solid, aggressive defense and sound defense, and you rally to the football. And I think that's what I'm starting to see right now. And they're fighting for one another. And I think there's a different leadership within the hierarchy of the team that's showing up right now as well.
Blake? I think what we see is this is a different team than last year. Both games against the Steelers and the Texans, the teams drove right down the field and scored immediately. The old team would have caved, so I would say this team has a lot of resiliency, and that they're going to fight every game and be in every game, and they come out on the end on top. I think they're okay, but they know they're going to play a hard game. When was the last time you said the Titans felt like they played a hard game from the beginning to the end? I think that's what people are going to know, that they're going to fight them all the way to the end.
Kevin talked about the strategies and playing style similar. Do you see the veteran leadership now that is causing a lot of what you guys are discussing?
Well, no question. Naturally, this is Jake Locker's team now. I think he knows that and understands that. But I think defensively, you see the aggressiveness. But I think the leadership from Bernard Pollard and leadership at each individual position group on both sides of the ball. And I think that's what you need. That's what we had. I think that's the key to being successful is leadership, and they have it now.
And in this division where you're going to take on Houston and in the AFC, you absolutely have to have it because this is going to be a season-long fight.
Oh, it definitely is. Even though Jacksonville's down a little bit right now, you still know as a divisional rival, they're going to be ready to play. I think playing Houston tough, and actually probably should have won the game. It could have won the game. It's to show the Titans are here, and I think you got to win some of those games to turn this conference over. And I think those Houston had to go through to be the top dog in the division. I'm sorry, and now you got to start winning those games. You got to beat the close game against Houston, then win a close game against Indianapolis and Jacksonville. But I think a game like that, it can catapult you into some significant gains throughout the regular season if they can get another close win.
And finally, Craig, winning here, getting the advantage back at LP Field, it's a must for this team.
It's a must for every team to win at home, especially this team. If you can win your home games and win a few away games, you're in the playoffs. And I think that's the mentality you have to have. You have to defend your home, and if you can't do that, then you don't need to be here.
And this is a special home when it gets going.
Jake Locker was coming out of his best half of football ever. 18 of 24 passes for 149 yards with 3 touchdowns and a 130.0 passer rating. It was his first 3-touchdown game of his career. And in the first 4 minutes of the second half, I don't know if it was a broken hip, but he suffered a right hip injury by Wilkerson for the Jets. And not only was he passing the ball good, he was running the ball pretty good too. He showed a lot of heart. Now, when you first look at the play that injured Jake Locker at the start of the third quarter, it doesn't look that bad. But Wilkerson, that big D lineman for the Jets, had to have hit Jake Locker just right, For those who didn't see it, you just saw it there. That didn't look that bad. Wilkerson had to have just hit it just right. Of course, he bumped into another Jets D lineman, but that didn't look like much. It was Wilkerson's hit. I just don't know how that could have injured his hip that badly. It just sucks to know that Jake Locker was coming out of his best performance of his NFL career, at least, out of the first half, and he was going to continue it. And this game could have easily have been something like 59-6 if Jake Locker would have stayed in, or 50-6, something like that. But it just really sucks, and we're still trying to find out more information. Titans fans are still worried. I haven't heard any other information. I've looked it up. He's hospitalized. He hasn't left the hospital ever since he arrived. It's just really worrying for us Titans fans. I think it's safe to say that he's not going to be in the lineup next week, and Fitzpatrick's going to be our QB next week. If it is indeed a broken hip, I don't think it was. Nothing was popping out, they said, and it didn't look like it was enough for a broken hip. But if it is a broken hip, that's some serious stuff, because that can straight up end Jake Locker's career, and you hate to think about that stuff, but that's just the facts. I mean, a broken hip is hard to recover from. I hope it's not as bad as Titans fans think it could be. It didn't look like it could have been, but, you just don't know. Wilkerson could have hit it just right when he sacked, or not when he sacked. Jake Locker got the ball off, but when he hit Jake Locker, he could have hit that hip bone just right. Something just a freak kind of thing. Trying to somehow move on from that and get to the positive side of things about this game, it was a W. It was an absolutely demolishing defeat of the New York Jets from the two-tone blue. The defense looked phenomenal. We absolutely ripped down the offensive line of the Jets. They might as well not have even had their O-line out there because we were tearing them down. I don't know how many times we sacked Geno Smith. I know the Jets don't have a good offensive line at all, but we were ripping through. Bernard Pollard made some good key tackles. Our defense was just absolutely phenomenal. Alteron Burner, I think he had 2 interceptions. I know he had a fumble recovery, and I know he had at least 1 interception. I believe he had 2 interceptions, though. Overall, it's just a great defensive effort to hold them to 13 points. And I couldn't be any more proud of the Titans' defense and pressuring Geno Smith. And also one more thing about Geno Smith. Did anybody else, if you haven't seen it, look it up and find it. Did anybody else see that safety that was not called? We sacked Geno Smith. His knee and his whole body was in the end zone as we sacked him, as Patoa Tua sacked Geno Smith. His whole knee and his whole body was in the end zone. And the refs downed him at the 1 and then said it was an unreviewable call when the play is obviously being shown over and over on the Jumbotron that it was a safety. And they're saying it's an unreviewable call, and some referee or some senior referee or whatever came off the sidelines and talked to the refs, and they still said it wasn't reviewable, so it wasn't counted as safety, but it was obviously a safety. Just an all-around effort, great effort by the Titans defense to stop the Jets. I mean, this is the best. Titans just had everything going. This was the best full 60 minutes I think I've ever seen from the Titans in a while, dominating like that, I think it's obvious I'm proud of my Titans, and I'm just absolutely proud of my Titans, and just, I don't know, it was just an all-around great effort, and this Titans team is for real this year. Locker being out is not going to change anything. We're still the Titans of this year. We're still going to fight you till the end. Fitzpatrick is going to step up in a big way. I know a lot of people are saying, oh, well, we're going up against the Chiefs next week. They got a big, good Andy Reid defense, whatever you want to say about them, and they're undefeated. I don't care. I'm putting my belief in Fitzpatrick. We still got the wide receiver weapons. We still got everything going for us, but I don't care. I believe Fitzpatrick can help rip through that defense, and if not, then just dump it off to Chris Johnson, get some good blocking from our wide receiver weapons, and put some more of the work load on Chris Johnson. Don't run him up the middle as much, and get some blocking going, and help that take the pressure off of Fitzpatrick. I'm taking this from usatoday.com, but this is what fullback Colin Mooney had to say. I could tell he was in pain. He was wincing, said fullback Colin Mooney, who was the first player to reach Locker. The first thing he asked was, did he catch the ball? That's Jake for you. Right after Jake Locker got injured and he's wincing in pain down, grabbing his right side of his hip, all he did was ask, Did he catch the ball? Enough said. What a competitor, what a player, what a man, what a beast. That's so awesome. He was worried more about the catch than he was about his own well-being. And I guess you could say at least one of the refs had this coming. Going back to the Geno Smith safety missed call by the refs. Nate Washington makes a catch over a ref, lands down on the ref, and then takes it in the end zone for a 77-yard touchdown from Ryan Fitzpatrick. So I guess you could say at least one of the refs deserved to get plowed over after that missed call from earlier. But Fitzpatrick, 77-yard touchdown to Nate Washington. Hopefully we'll see more of that against the Chiefs next week. That's going to be a tough, stout defense, I believe. But we'll see. Anyway, Fitzpatrick, just do your best next weekend. And Jake Locker, get better, man. All these Titans fans are worried about you. And we're just praying for the best, man.